Yeah, we were writing this point regarding entropy. Okay. So in the last class, we studied that. In the last class, we like what is entropy. We came to know that all of the systems, why anything happens to a system, it is only due to uh, one reason may be that there is a decrease in energy, but sometimes it can be some different reason also. And entropy, we have seen there are many examples for entropy change. For example, if I take one hot iron rod and iron block, and if I take another cool one, let us say this is 100 degrees Celsius. This iron block is at 100 degrees Celsius, and this iron block, it is at, let us say, 0 degrees Celsius. Then obviously we know that the heat will flow from this hot body to the cold body. So exactly what is happening is that uh, the transfer of energy is happening through these small atoms of iron, the metallic iron. They will be vibrating in a large, the vibration will be strong, and here the vibration will be very low. But slowly, each and every atom of this block also will be vibrating in a higher frequency, and that is why the temperature will increase, right? The temperature will increase. So from here we know that what happens, that there is a flow of energy from higher energy to lower energy, or rather I can say that higher temperature to lower temperature. Similarly, what is happening then, we had energetic molecules only at this section, but now we have energetic molecules. That means the molecules whose energy has been increased in both of these systems. So there's an energy dispersal. There's an energy dispersal. Similarly, if I say you have a column like this, and there is some gaseous molecule here, there is some gaseous molecule here, and you start to heat this, right? So you start to heat this. Then what does it do? It changes its volume. So the change in volume is also a consequence of entropy. है ना? What is happening? The molecules which are situated till here, if you start heating it, then they will try to compensate on that heat. So you are increasing the energy. But when you are increasing the energy, the molecules, they will want to disperse that energy, okay, rather than keep it in a concentrated manner. So in nature, we have seen that there is one thing which is energy. That energy should be reduced if there is any process which is happening automatically. We are not giving it any external force, and it is happening automatically. Then obviously it should have a lesser energy, or the other reason could be entropy. So then we said that this, you have to think of it as energy dispersal, है ना? Energy dispersal is a term that is not very much used in textbooks, and there is a scientist, his name is Lambert. Lambert uses this word of energy dispersal very much. He has, I mean, his claim to fame is only that he has redefined the definition of entropy, not the definition of entropy, but how we communicate about entropy and how we give examples for entropy. People give examples of randomness and all, but he has a paper actually, disorderness, randomness, and cards of deck. There are some examples which we give for entropy. All this are nonsense. So it is an interesting idea. Energy dispersal is more intuitive, I would say. Okay, you can please, whenever you hear of term entropy, try to think of it as energy dispersal. That energy is dispersing into a larger volume. Okay, but in textbook they have obviously written entropy is a measure of randomness. So you have to also remember this point in case you get asked in the examination. Now we are obviously interested in what entropy change. We never measure anything in its absolute term. We are only interested in the initial and final states, and that is why final minus initial, it will give you the entropy change. Now, right, next, since we can say the nature always wants to disperse energy, hence what will happen? For example, if I take an isolated system, okay, isolated system, that no energy and no matter can be exchanged from the surrounding and system, okay. So if we have any isolated system, obviously we cannot emit out the energy. So what will nature do? Nature will try to disperse the energy as much as possible. So the energy dispersal will be always increasing, right? The energy dispersal will be always increasing. Hence, we can say that the entropy, it is always increasing. The nature always wants to disperse energy. Hence, the entropy of, entropy is what is a measure of energy dispersal or randomness. Nah? So entropy of an isolated system, always increases. Always increases. It always increases. Okay. Now, one of the isolated system that is present, it is the universe. Hence, we can also say, hence, the entropy of universe is always increasing. Now, since the enthalpy is always increasing, it means that delta S of isolated system is always positive. Okay, it will be always positive. Now, if I want to talk about these delta S total, that means we are measuring this for the universe. Delta S total, it is equal to delta S of system plus the delta S of surrounding. Huh? And the sum of these two will be always greater than what? It will be always greater than 0. It will be always greater than 0. Write this down. Then we will understand how can we measure, and we will try to derive, not very mathematically, but quite, I would say, logically, what is the formula for delta S. Okay, how can we measure delta S? Sorry? Zoom out. Okay. You did not write these are the previous points from the last class only, no?
No, sir, I didn't complete.
Achha, you did not complete that. Okay, fine. Oh, how this much is fine? Atif?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, I hope you can explain entropy and you have some clear picture about entropy, right? Yes, Abhinav, Reba. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Umar Abdullah, are you there? Also, you guys have a Viva today, okay?
Yes.
You to know. Delta S of isolated system. So now we will do equilibrium, okay? After this chapter is over. This is the last class. We will be doing equilibrium after this. I also wanted to talk to you about the okay, organic chemistry is only remaining now. After organic chemistry, what do you have? A redox reaction. Redox reaction, okay. How many of you have done redox reaction in school? Can you raise your hand? Reba has done. Atif, Abhinav, Umar Abdullah, Riha, what about you?
Sir, we had it in our exam portion too.
Yeah, I know, but some schools are not following that CBSE guideline. Abhinav, are you not? You are there, na? चले गए आप कहीं? Abhinav?
I'm here, sir.
हाँ, so redox is done in your school?
No, sir. They
नहीं
started
क्या?
it, then thoda sa kiya, then they left.
Left that, what do you mean? They started another chapter?
Yes, sir. Second term.
Okay, so redox is done in the examination. वो आया था exam में?
Yes, sir.
Acha. What about you, Rihab? I know that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, redox reaction is done. Okay. Umar Abdullah redox reaction is done. Okay, fine. Now I'm asking you another question. How many of you can calculate the oxidation states? How many of you are clear about the calculation of oxidation state? For example, if I give you K2Cr2O7, how many of you can calculate the oxidation state of chromium? How many of you can't? Yes,
I
Atif?
think I can.
अच्छा, you think you can. Okay, fine. How many of you think you can? I mean, अभी हम करने के लिए नहीं बोलेंगे, but it's like हाँ सर ऐसा कुछ तो किया था उस टाइम तो समझ में आया था जब स्कूल में करा रहे थे, अभी पता नहीं याद है कि नहीं है. ऐसा इस फीलिंग में कौन कौन है? How many of you are in that feeling? Okay, Reba is there, Abhinav is there.
Yes.
रेहाब आपकी आवाज आ रही है लेकिन बहुत ही खराब आ रही है. आप okay, fine. You also. I will brief you. We have not done very much, Surat. Okay, by the way. I have just asking. Acha, Surat, you also tell me. Can you please turn the mic on? हाँ, Surat? No, yes. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. That means if I okay, fine. So redox reaction may I will just ask you to calculate this. I will give you 1-2 example and then we can move on. Okay, fine. Then I think the major portion in which you will be having doubts is the balancing.
Yes, sir.
Balancing of redox reaction. उसमें तो कुछ नहीं आता होगा. Am I right about that? दो मेथड पढ़ा है, दोनों के कुछ काम के लिए.
Yes, sir.
Oxidation.
We didn't
Oxidation.
have that for MCQ, so
अच्छा, you did not have that? Why?
not
लेकिन
sir,
it is
because it is there, sir. But for MCQ, they said like we cannot ask any type of questions in like balancing, so they went there for MCQ.
but by the way, I mean balancing के questions बन सकते हैं MCQ में भी.
I
Okay.
didn't study any of that.
You did not study any. Okay, fine then. I will
It's
more
related
focus
to
on.
oxidation number, right?
It is related to. There is two method: oxidation state method, and there is an ion electron method or the half reaction method, right? The half reaction
sir,
method and ion.
Yeah, we learned, but it was pretty confusing for me.
हाँ मतलब दो मेथड और दोनों कोई काम के नहीं है ना. Yeah, I understand. I completely feel you guys. I was also on the same thing when I had my redox reactions. Okay, fine. So, acha, Surat wanted to get a brief, right? Okay, Surat, but you can't you turn the mic on? It will be better if I will ask you questions and just keep checking you. Yes, Surat. Is she not there? No. Okay, fine. Acha. Can you turn the mic on? I am asking that. I hope I am audible today. आज मेरा voice कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Surat, you just turn the mic on, and when you will talk, then we can explain and brief you. Okay, fine. Let us move on. So we know about, there is one thing which is of very importance. We know that energy reduction is also, we were only comparing about energy reduction, right? And energy, like lower the stability, lower the energy, higher will be the stability, right? Now we have come across a new term that is entropy. And this entropy is nothing, but it measures how much energy is dispersed over a volume. And we want to quantify it. We want to have a formula. We want to measure this thing. As we have been measuring energy, we have to measure this entropy thing also. Okay. Now let us see how we can measure entropy. So we will start with two cases. There is a case 1 here. Okay, there is a case 1 here. Acha, one more thing. Acha, how many of you, let us say you have ice here, or let us say this is ice, this is ice, right? So this will be at 0 degrees Celsius, and here we have water vapor, here we have water vapor. Okay, and this is at, let us say, at a very high temperature, 1000 degrees Celsius. Okay, at 1000 degrees Celsius, obviously H2O will be in what? Vapor state. Now I increase the temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, and I increase the temperature from 1000 degrees Celsius to 1100 degrees Celsius. Okay, one thing is for sure, I am increasing the temperature to I'm increasing 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, I'm adding 100 degrees Celsius. So the amount of heat that I have to give in given both of these cases, that will be same, right? That means I have to, the temperature change should be 100 degree. That is why Q amount of heat is given here and Q amount of heat is given here also, right? Now, delta S, I can say it will be directly proportional to like the randomness, how much change is there, how much energy is dispersed, how much more volume it is going to take. Okay, you can also, please remember, you can also talk about entropy in terms of the volume change, because how is energy dispersing? If energy is dispersing, that means it is getting into more area, right? It is getting into more volume if I talk about 3D. And that is why delta S, it has a formula. If you go to higher physics and chemistry, you will see that delta S has a direct relationship with volume also. Now, just to imagine, you can say that if I give more heat, then the randomness will also will increase, right? Like the arrangement of atom is very concise and very concrete and ice here. But if I increase the temperature, as I'm increasing the temperature, the randomness will increase. Now the atoms and molecules, they will not be in their very precise position. They will be going here and there, because obviously it is going to change change its phase. Now, another thing, next question that I want to ask. Okay, fine. Tell me first of all of you are clear with this now? Delta S is directly proportional to heat, yes or no?
Yes,
Just
sir.
make, okay, fine, thank you. I over explained it seems. Yes sir, Reba के हिसाब से. Next question. After giving a heat of 100 degrees Celsius, after increasing the temperature to 100, after increasing the temperature 100 degrees Celsius, what do you think, where will you see more change? In the A or B case, A case or B case? Where will we seeing more change? In the arrangement of atoms, where will the randomness increase more? Tell me. A or B? Acha, okay, fine. I have got one chat answer. Okay, Surat is saying, okay, yes, Surat, correct. Reba, what do you think, A or B?
A.
A. Atif? Atif, are you thinking? Okay, yeah. What about Abhinav? What do you think? Where there will be a more increase in chaos or randomness? कहाँ पे randomness ज़्यादा increase करेगा? Yes, Abhinav?
A, sir.
A, na? Right. Because obviously it is
Yes.
going from solid, which is very concrete, and it is like zero chaos is there. And if I go to gaseous state, there is, I mean, huge chaotic and huge randomness. Okay, fine. Again, once again, randomness, disorder, and chaos, these are the terms that is used in NCERT, but I don't very much agree with those points. So I will say that there will be a large increase in the volume if I compare the A case and the B case. For me, volume is a better word. Okay, but please, ऐसा आप किसी को बताइएगा मत, तो आपको बेवकूफ समझेंगे लोग. That means I can say the delta S will increase if the temperature is lower, right? Delta S, it will increase if the temperature is lower. That means I can say delta S is directly proportional to Q upon T, right? I mean, it was directly proportional to Q, but when I will equate this, delta S, it is equal to what? Q divided by T. Q divided by T. Okay. Now, this is the equation that you will write. If you want to write the examples and equations like this, you just write it there. Then we can move on. What is the time for Maghrib there, Atif?
So just now they finished the azan.
Just only the azan finished. I think you can combine for a day, na? Maghrib Isha. Yes or no?
I'm not sure, sir.
No? Let me know if you're done writing, okay?
Done, sir.
Done? Okay. Atif, if you want to pray, you can pray. I can brief you up, okay? If you come back. Atif,
Okay, sir.
okay? Fine. Now, write a question. Comment whether the entropy increases or decreases in following. Ice melts to form water. Yes. Okay, no more. Good evening, Noma.
Good evening, sir.
You are here for which class?
Sir, chemistry class.
Chemistry class. Which sir?
Imbisat, sir.
Imbisat sir. I am best sir. This is not the. This is not your class, I guess. Maybe you ask Nishkar sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. Maybe I've joined the wrong link. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Raise your hand if you are stuck or you don't know what to do in this question. Just raise your hand if you don't know what to do in this question. Okay, all of you know. So send the answer in chat, okay?
So are we supposed to say in which case the entropy increases and in which it decreases?
Yes, or you can say na just like this. On this increases, the rest all decreases. है ना? You can say in any way in the chat.
Okay, sir.
always think in terms of, see, this is a way of thinking. Don't write this in examinations and all. Whenever you are asked about entropy, think where will the volume increase. Okay, if the volume is increasing, then the entropy is increasing. If the volume is decreasing, entropy is decreasing. Okay, up enough. I think it is right. Yes, Reba. Okay, fine. I'm waiting for other answers. Surat, Rihab. Just form क्या होता है यार? Form ही है.
Did you teach anything before this or did you only write the question?
You did nothing.
Okay, sir.
I'm just waiting for the answers. Okay, Surat. Okay, Umar. Okay, Surat. Yes, Atif. Should I wait for you? I think most of the people have answered. Umar, Rehab has not answered. What happened? Rehab, are you there? You are stuck, Rehab? Doing it. Do it fast. It does not need any calculation and all. You just have to see the volume. If the volume is increasing, think of it like that. Okay, if the volume is increasing, the entropy will also increase. So, see, ice melts to form water. Okay, ice melts to form water. So ice will obviously, I mean, it has more randomness. Sorry, ice has less randomness. Sorry, and water has more randomness. It can flow to a very long thing. Now, the volume case is not right here because the volume of water is a bit less than that of ice, but still ice is more ordered. Now, if I have to form water, then water here, the entropy will increase. Delta S is greater than 0. And from H2 gas to 2 hydrogens gas. Okay. So you know that if the number of moles increases, the volume of gas increases. So obviously we are going from 1 mole to 2 mole, है ना? 1 mole to 2 mole. And also you can think of it as, okay, fine, Atif. And you can also think of it as the energy dispersal, na? How the energy will disperse here. So all the energy that you are having in H2, it is concentrated in one molecule, right? In one entity. Now, as soon as you break the bond, there are two entities which are having energy, right? Now, you are going from a concentrated to individuals to individuals, okay? And that is why what will happen? The entropy here also will increase. Delta S will be greater than 0. Liquid crystallizes to form solid. So we are moving from liquid is more random, and the molecules will be here and there. In solid will be in a concentrated manner. That is why delta S, it will be decreasing. Greater than 0, here it will be less than 0, right? Now, in this D example, obviously you can see that there are 2 moles here, and we have 1, 2, and 3 moles are being formed, and that is why delta S, it will be greater than 0. That is, delta S will be increasing. It will be positive in nature, okay? Now, all of you done? Yes or no? Any problem? Reba, you had some difficulty here, I guess. Are you clear about that now, Reba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And Surat, you said okay. Surat also had same thing for the B answer. Others were fine. Yes, Atif was correct. Okay, fine, good. Rihab, you understood these points? Yes or no, Rihab? Yes, Rihab? No. क्या रिहाब आपका इंटरनेट नहीं है क्या? ठीक, क्या हो जाता है आपको? Yes, okay, fine, thank you. Now write a question. Today I am going to be not lazy per se. Write this question. Done? All of you wrote this question, yes or no? Okay. So, Reba, can you tell me what is happening? There is something happening, na? What is happening?
Change in entropy.
Sorry, change?
Entropy change in the surroundings.
Entropy change in the surrounding is okay. They are asking that, na? But exactly, I mean, what is the reaction? What is happening? I'm asking that. H2 is being formed, na?
Yes.
This is more important. This is more important. Fine. That's good. Okay. Now, if I take our system, this is our system, and then outside we will be having surrounding. Okay. I hope you guys have no problem till here. System and surrounding, right? So in system, what is happening? In system, H2 is being formed, and then it is liberating or absorbing heat. The system is liberating heat or absorbing heat?
Sir, liberating.
Liberating heat. Okay, fine. Then from the system, and obviously, if system is giving out heat, it will be giving out to the surrounding. Correct? Yes or no? It
Yes,
will be
sir.
giving
Yes,
out the
sir.
heat to surrounding. Okay, fine. So this system is heating the surrounding. Okay, system is heating the surrounding, and the Q is equal to how much? Q is equal to how much? Now, when we are doing some things on the surrounding, when we are doing things on the surrounding, what we will say? Surrounding is getting the temperature. Now, if the surrounding is getting the temperature, it is getting the heat, surrounding is getting some heat, that will be in positive, right? 286 kilojoule per mole. Tell me, any doubt till here? Any doubt till here, guys?
No, sir.
No doubt, है ना? So what is happening? So H2O is formed, and while H2O is formed, 286 kilojoule of energy is being evolved, and after the evolution, where does that heat go? It goes to the surrounding. That is why we are seeing that surrounding is heated with 286 kilojoule per mole of energy. Then we have the temperature. So tell me, H2O liquid, standard condition, what will be the temperature? Temperature will be 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, if you have standard condition and liquid is there, then obviously you will say what it is, 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. It will be 298 Kelvin. Now we have both the Q, the T. That is why what we will say, delta S of surrounding, it is equal to Q divided by T. Or else we can also write this as the negative of delta H of system divided by T. Okay, so this is not another formula. Okay, I hope you can understand that if you see somewhere now delta S surrounding, it is equal to minus delta H of system by temperature. This is not another formula, it is the same formula, that is Q by T. Standard conditions may the criteria, there is no criteria for temperature. The standard condition means only 1 bar of pressure. Okay, now what will be the temperature? You have to infer from this liquid. H2O liquid, it will be what? If H2O liquid is standard, that means we are taking the temperature as 298 Kelvin, the room temperature. Got it, Atif?
Yes, sir.
There is no standard for like in thermodynamics, we don't have any standard temperature. When we say standard condition, it just means 1 bar pressure. Right? Now you can calculate this. This will be equal to 286 kilojoule per mole divided by 298 Kelvin. Okay. One thing I would say that this per mole is not required here. Why? Per mole is not required here. Why? Because I mean, when you are giving heat, does not mean by like how many moles you are forming or how many. It just requires the heat. So heat in that you will just write for kilojoule. You just want to measure the heat. So this will be somewhere around 2.9. I don't know, 950 joules karna padega, I think. 286 into 10 to the power 3 joules by Kelvin, 298 Kelvin. 98 and 86, the difference. 4 है उधर 8 है, अच्छा 12 अप्रोक्सीमेटली 950 होना चाहिए. 12 दूनी 24 के करीब ही है. This and right, tell me what is the delta surrounding, delta S of surrounding. Ah, 950 around, no? 950. I also guess it will be 950 only. Done, guys? 950 joules per Kelvin. Okay, 950 joules per Kelvin. Can I move on, guys? Hello, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Atif, Reba, okay, fine. Now we have seen two main important terms. That is, first is enthalpy, and then there is entropy. Okay, then there is entropy. Enthalpy is given by H, entropy is given by S. Now, for anything to happen, we have seen why a pen falls. Pen falls down because there is a decrease in energy, right? The energy decreases, and enthalpy is nothing. Enthalpy is just the measurement of heat that is liberated out or in, absorbed in at constant pressure. It is just one term like energy only. Now pen falls because energy decreases. But what happens? Why temperature moves or heat moves? Heat moves from hot to cold. Why? Because entropy increases, right? Because entropy increases. Now, any process that happens automatically, we say that it is what? Spontaneous process. Spontaneous, right? You have seen that. Spontaneous process, right? Now, if you see here, you have written earlier, spontaneous criteria for spontaneous process: a decrease in enthalpy and an increase in the energy distribution or increase in entropy, right? That's the same thing we are writing here. Now we want to give this, now we want to predict when will something happen, because obviously many of the times both of these terms are, it is not like we have only events such as pen is falling and the heat is moving from hot to cold. Both enthalpy change and entropy change can be taking place in a process simultaneously. Okay, now how to comment about and how to tell whether that process in which enthalpy change and entropy change both are happening, whether that will be a spontaneous process or a non-spontaneous process. Now for that, now to measure that and to predict that, we will introduce another term that is known as Gibbs energy. Gibbs energy. Okay, now this Gibbs energy is also sometimes called as Gibbs free energy. Don't write any of this, okay? Gibbs free energy. It is shown by, I hope you would have guessed, by G. It is shown as G. Now, as you know, Gibbs free energy. Now we want to have the same mentality and we want to have the same concept that the energy should be lowered. Okay, the energy should be lowered. We should be consistent on that. Okay, we have named this as free energy or Gibbs free energy, and we want for any spontaneous process, we will say that for any spontaneous process, the energy should be lowered, or the energy should be lowered. Okay, now before that, we will define what is delta G. So as you can see, delta G. No, not delta G, sorry. We will first of all define G. What is the free energy? Now, if it is decreasing, okay, if the energy is decreasing, this Gibbs free energy will also decrease. So I can say that it is directly proportional to H. Okay, but it is inversely proportional to S. It is inversely proportional to S. Now, I cannot do a minus S here. Why? I cannot do a minus S here because this H has the enthalpy. The units kya hote hain? What is the units for enthalpy, guys? What is the unit for enthalpy?
Joule.
Joules. What is the unit for entropy? Joules per Kelvin. We just saw, right? Joules per Kelvin, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, like unit dimensions and measurements, physics chapter. Can we do this? H minus S. Can we ever do this? Can we subtract between two properties which have different terms, different units? No, na? नहीं, भूल गए, याद ही नहीं. Oh
No,
my
sir.
God. Ajay, no, sir. What do you mean by no? We can't do this, or you don't remember? Reba?
We can't do this.
We can't do this, right? We can't do this. So we have to solve this. Now we have to solve this. Now what we can do, we know that S is equal to what? The delta S is equal to, it is what equal to Q by T, na? Q by T. Now we can just multiply temperature. If I multiply temperature here, then it will be fine, because G will be equal to H minus temperature into S. And obviously entropy is also, I mean, it is related to temperature, because if temperature is lower, the change in entropy is higher. The temperature is higher, the change in entropy is lower. Now you can see that both of these terms, H has the units for joules and TS will have the units for Kelvin into joules per Kelvin. That will make it joules only. Now we can say that G is equal to H minus TS. Now, once you have understood this formula, I hope, now you don't need to write this because I am going to write it. Okay, I'm going to write this. Now you write Gibbs energy or Gibbs free energy, which is shown by the symbol G, which is shown by the symbol G. Now write down with me. Free energy is the measure of useful work that can be done by a system. That can be done by a system. Now, let me tell you and let me explain and elaborate what does this useful work mean. Hai? One confusing phrase, Gibbs free energy. Another confusing phrase, that is useful work. Okay, useful work. Atif, can I have you please?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how a dam works? Atif, do you know how a dam works? Dam. You believe, yes. So tell me what happens. We are going to make it simple, hai na? So water is falling here like this. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you have a turbine here. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Atif?
Yes, sir.
Something like that. Then this turbine moves. And then there is a generator which now it can. Now, if you're moving something, now the mechanical energy can be converted into electrical energy. And that is why this is how dam works, essentially speaking, right?
Yes, sir.
All of you agree? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you agree. Okay, fine. Now, if the water is falling, the water will have a potential energy at this place, right? And this potential energy, it will be converted. We will measure the potential energy not from ground state, but from where the turbine is. And now this potential, now the potential energy, the real potential energy of water may be higher, right? But since the turbine is, now this is the ground state. So the real potential energy of this particular water will be from here to here, right? This will be H, and this is H turbine. Now we'll be measuring the potential energy for both, and obviously you can see that if I measure the real potential energy of water, it will be very much higher, right? But since the turbine is between the ground and the top surface, so the potential energy may be somewhat lowered. Now, this potential energy that is measured by the distance between the turbine and the peak, this is used to generate electricity. Okay. Now, this energy is the useful work, because if something is moving, if some force is applied and something is moving, that means we are doing work. Now, whatever work is derived by due to this potential energy, it is known as what? Useful work. It is known as useful work. So if you have any system which can decrease its energy or it can increase its entropy from those systems, for example, water, if it is at very peak, waterfall में क्या होता है, it is at a very peak, then obviously it has some potential energy that can be decreased, right? That can be decreased. Now, when we are decreasing the potential energy, we can use the decrease in potential energy for some work. And whenever a system can decrease its potential energy or any kind of energy, we can use whatever decrease is done for some useful work. Okay, and this is the concept of useful work. This is the concept of useful work. So free energy, it is just the measure of how much useful work you can do. Okay, how much useful work one can do. So the real potential energy what was lower than the real potential energy was higher than the potential energy of turbine if we measure the height from turbine to the peak. But this is the useful work, okay, and not this, right? So you must have got some idea about this word, that is useful work. Okay, in any case, wherever, yes, tell me, Atif, Reba, who is this? Somebody turn their mic on.
No, sir, nothing.
Acha, it was not that. Okay, then. So free energy, it is the measure of useful work. Next is, again, we are interested in change in Gibbs energy. Oops. This is in Gibbs energy. Now we can say if G is high, if enthalpy increases, the energy will increase if the enthalpy increases. If you are heating some system, then obviously the enthalpy of the system, it will increase, and then we can do more useful work from that system. And I can also say the G will increase if TS, or what happens if TS decreases. If the entropy of a system is lower, then the system will work. It will do work to increase the entropy, right? To increase the entropy. If the system has higher energy, it will do some work to leave off the energy, right? To give out the energy. And that is why we can say G is equal to H minus TS. H minus TS. Now, as we know, we are more interested in chain. That is why we'll write delta G is equal to delta H minus delta TS minus T delta S minus T delta S. Now this is the product rule of differentiation. If you understand this, you can think of it like that. Whenever you add a differentiation sign and there is a product rule, then there will be differentiation of one thing into the other thing, then one thing, then the differentiation of the other thing. Okay, so UV rule kind of thing. So whenever you put a delta sign here, so it will be first of all delta TS minus T delta S. But you don't have to remember this one, which is a long statement. Rather, at constant temperature, delta T is equal to 0, and that is why delta G, this will be equal to delta H minus T delta S minus T delta S. Okay, now this is the equation that will give you the prediction about whether something is going to be spontaneous or non-spontaneous. Okay, write one thing. For a spontaneous process, the delta G should be negative. One quick question. Atif, are you there?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Can this T be negative? Can this T be negative? Can the temperature be negative?
No, sir.
Reba, can the temperature be negative?
No, sir.
Abhinav, can the temperature be negative?
No, sir.
Why? Why it can't be negative? Yes, Abhinav. Who knows the answer? Why the temperature can never be negative? Raise their hand, na? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Why the temperature will never be negative? No one knows the answer. ये बस आप लोग तुक्का मारे थे. रीबा, आतिफ.
No, sir, I remember you telling us this once when we said it would be negative. You explained, but I forgot the explanation.
You forgot the explanation. Arey, Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale, na? And that is the reason why we have Kelvin scale, right? In Kelvin scale, it will never be zero. It will always be greater than zero. If the temperature becomes zero, you must remember that the volume will also become zero, right? You remember this, Charles' law, na? 273, 1 by 273 per Kelvin. There is a change in volume, है ना? So temperature can never be negative. It is a physical property. As distance can never be negative, as length can never be negative, temperature is also a physical quantity. It can never be negative. Okay. So write this much. Let me know if you're done. Let me also know if I have to scroll up or down. For spontaneous process, delta G is should be negative. Now we will predict a few things.
So can you scroll up to the start of Gibbs energy?
आपने कुछ नहीं लिखा है क्या आतिफ? At least write the statements with me, okay? I think I explained it till here only. Till here, I explained only. फिर भी नहीं लिखा आपने. Waiting for Atif, Umar, Rihab, Surat. Okay. Now, let us do one thing. Let us try to. We have written this. Now let us try to derive this mathematically. Okay. Let's try to derive this mathematically. Why should be always negative? See, the real reason for spontaneity, we have said one thing, that delta S total, it should be always greater than zero, right? Yes or no? It should be always increasing. In the universe, the entropy is always increasing, right? That means the delta S for system and surrounding, if you add them up, it should be greater than zero. It should be greater than zero. Now let us understand this. Okay, let us understand this. Delta S is greater than total. The real criteria for spontaneity. Okay, now we will measure this in terms of what? In terms of delta G. How? See, we have delta S total, it is equal to the delta S of system plus the delta S of surrounding. Now we have also seen that this will be equal to delta S of system minus the delta H of system, right? Delta H of system divided by T. Yes or no? We have done this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have done this, right? Next, what we will do, we have delta S total here, and we will multiply this T on each side. So we will have T delta S total, it is equal to what? This is what? T delta S system minus delta H system. Yes or no? Any doubt till here? Any doubt till here, guys? No doubt. Okay, now you can see what we can do here now. Now let us multiply negative -1 to all the sides. So this will be minus T delta S total, and this is equal to this negative sign, it will become positive. So delta H of system, and this T delta S will become negative, minus T delta S system. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is what this will be equal to delta G only, na? Delta G, it will be equal to what? Minus T delta S total. Okay. Now, since delta S total is always positive, also temperature is always positive, negative of T delta S total should be negative. That is, delta G should be negative. Any doubt? Tell me. Write this down. Let me know if you're done. How are you, Sarah?
Fine,
Hello.
sir.
Hi. Okay. Your batch is D batch, na? Sarah, by the way. Like, aap kab, when do you come for class?
Monday, Wednesday.
Monday, Wednesday only, na? Monday, Wednesday only. Okay. And then Saturday, Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Monday, Wednesday आप आती हैं like in 7 to 9 ना?
Yes, sir.
ओके यहाँ पे अच्छा है तो वहाँ पे आपका बैच है सी और यहाँ पे आप अच्छा इसमें आती है ओके तो ऐसा कीजिए आज आप छुट्टी कर लीजिए सारा You were there on Wednesday? You were there on Wednesday?
जी.
Okay, fine. If you want to study, अच्छा आपका वाइवा हुआ था?
नहीं.
वाइवा नहीं हुआ ना आपका?
नहीं.
क्यों नहीं हुआ आपका वाइवा?
नहीं वेडनेसडे को तो नहीं हुआ था वाइवा.
वेंसडे को नहीं हुआ था वाइवा अच्छा लेकिन थर्सडे को हमने सबको कहा था आने के लिए आपको मैसेज मिला था थर्सडे को आने के लिए
हाँ मिला तो था बट देन एक्चुअली मैं उसी दिन वैक्सीन लगाई थी तो मेरा थोड़ा तबीयत खराब था.
अच्छा अब ठीक है तबीयत
हाँ थोड़ा बेटर है.
अच्छा ठीक है तो आज वाइवा दे दीजिएगा आप
हाँ इतना प्रिपेयर नहीं की मैं एक्चुअली.
प्रिपेयर ही नहीं किए आप ठीक है तब जाइए फिर आराम कीजिए ना वैक्सीन भी लिया आपने तो ओके If you want to stay, we are doing thermodynamics. Actually, you must know that there is a difference of student when you come on Monday, Wednesday, and when you come on Saturday, Sunday. So actually, this is batch B batch here, okay, and yours is C batch. लेकिन आप इसमें आ रही थी तो हमने आने दिया था आपको, लेकिन आज इनका थोड़ा सा पोर्शन थर्मोडायनेमिक्स का रह रहा था तो हम ये पढ़ा रहे हैं. अगर आपको बैठना है थर्मोडायनेमिक्स आप पढ़ सकती हैं, और अगर आपको आराम करना है तो आप जा भी सकती हैं. ओके, योर विश. हाँ guys, so write this. Let me know if you're done. Okay, Atif, Abhinav, Umar, Reba. Okay, Surat done. Surat, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Now you guys tell me, we have our equation that will be used to describe the spontaneity, that is delta G. Delta G is equal to what? Delta H minus T delta S. Minus T delta S. Now, if this term is negative, okay, if this term is negative, okay, delta H is negative, okay, delta H is negative, and this term is positive, and delta S is positive, then what will be the value of delta G? It will be positive, negative, 0. Tell me, or it will depend on something else.
It will be 0, sir.
Acha. Tell me a negative number. Atif, tell me a negative number.
Sorry, sir.
Tell me a negative number.
Sir, minus 80.
Minus 80. Minus. Tell me a positive number.
50.
50. Tell me what is the answer.
Sir, minus 130.
Minus 130. Okay. All of you are clear how this works? How
Yes, sir.
equations works? All of you are clear now? Okay, fine. Not a problem. है ना? आतिफ ऐसा बुरा मत मानिएगा, हमने इतना छोटा सा गलती कर दिया. It's okay, it happens. People miss this negative sign. Okay, if you have something positive, it will be becoming negative, and if it becomes negative, then what will happen? You will be getting a negative value. That means the delta G will be also equal to what? Negative, and that is why this process will be spontaneous or non-spontaneous, guys. The process will be spontaneous or non-spontaneous if the value is negative of delta G. If the value of anyone, please answer.
Yes, sir.
What did I ask?
Can you repeat the question?
What will be? I mean, this delta G is negative, so the process will be spontaneous or non-spontaneous.
It will be spontaneous.
Why you guys are having any difficulty? Why you are not answering me? Huh? Abhinav, अभी लिखाया है हमने यहाँ पे. Delta G should be negative. I expect you guys to answer at least, okay? And this was not a question which is very hard question. That is why this will be spontaneous. Now we will be writing a few different cases, okay? And we'll be predicting whether a process will be spontaneous or non-spontaneous. Muhammad Umar, you are 1 hour and 13 minutes late. Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Minus T delta S, okay? Now let us see. We will write the values for delta H, whether it will be positive, negative. Then we will also write the values for delta S, whether it will be positive or negative. And then we will write what will be the value of delta G, whether it will be positive or negative. And then we will also write some kind of remarks or comments on it so that you can remember it in English terms also. So we will also say that what will be the reactions or remarks or comments, the reaction or the process. Now, the first example that we saw was when you had Now you just saw what will happen if the delta H is negative and delta S is positive. Now let us see what will happen. Okay, so we will have this as negative. This will be positive. Then delta G will be what? Delta G will be always negative. Okay, negative. Erase this part, and it does not depends on temperature. Negative at all temperature, right? Negative at all temperature. The reaction will be spontaneous. Spontaneous at all temperature, right? At all temperature. Let me take another case. If this delta H value is positive, this delta S value is negative, what will be the value of delta G?
Positive.
Always positive? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Positive at all temperature. Okay, that means this reaction will be non-spontaneous. Non-spontaneous at all temperature. Spontaneous at all temperature, right? Now, the next point, let us say if this is negative and delta S is also negative. So tell me, delta G will be positive, negative, or can't say. It will depend. What are the values? Both are negative. So what will be the value of delta G? Positive, negative, or don't know? We can't say. The information is not enough. Put some values and then answer me. Put 2-3 different values, okay? And tell me.
Sir,
Huh.
negative.
Always? It will always be negative?
No, sir.
No, no? It will not be always negative. Fine. So, okay, fine. How many of you understand that it will not be always negative? First of all, tell me that. Abhinav, Umar
Yes,
Abdullah, Reba, all of you understand this, right? Okay,
Yes,
fine. It will
sir.
not be. It will not be always negative, right? It will be sometimes negative, sometimes positive, sometimes negative, and sometimes positive. Okay. Now we have we have one variable here which will determine whether it is positive or negative. That is the temperature. That is the temperature. We have said that delta S is negative, right? Delta S is negative. That means this value of T delta S, that means minus T delta S, this value will become what? This value will become positive, right? This value will become positive. Now we have two terms here, right? We have two terms. We have one positive term, and then we have delta H. This is what? This is negative term. So obviously it is going to subtract. Now see, if the temperature is higher, please listen to me what I'm saying. If the temperature is higher, this positive value will be high or low. If the temperature is higher, the positive value will be high or low. The magnitude of positive value. If the temperature is higher,
Low, sir.
tell me a value for temperature. Tell me a value for temperature, Atif.
50.
50 Kelvin. I am taking delta S as 10. Okay, so what I am saying, if the temperature is higher, I have kept the delta S same. Now tell me which is higher, A or B?
B, sir.
B is higher. So if the temperature increases, this value will increase or decrease?
Sir, I didn't notice it's positive. I was looking at the negatives.
नहीं magnitude भी हम इस वजह से एक बार magnitude कहा था हमने. Magnitude will be, obviously it doesn't matter now if I say magnitude, if it is positive or negative, है ना? So tell me
Yes,
this
sir.
value will increase or decrease? Increase, na? Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if the temperature is higher, the T delta is higher, and that is why the delta G will be positive. Why? If the positive value is high, then you will subtract a little value that is of delta H, and that is why the delta G will be positive. So I will say it will be positive at high temperature. It will be positive at high temperature, okay. Now here I will talk about what will be the reaction and how should we do the reaction. So we'll say the reaction will be spontaneous at low temperature, right? Since at positive, I mean, if it has high temperature, then it is what? It is positive, right? It is positive. Now we can also say negative. This will also be what? This will also be negative, and this delta G can be negative at low temperature. So here we will write, it will be also what? Same thing, spontaneous at low temperature. You can write here non-spontaneous at high temperature also, okay. Now if I'm going to delta H is positive and delta S is also positive, right? Now we have this value, this is positive, and this value delta S is what? Delta S is positive, and that is why minus of delta S, it will be what? Negative. Now if it is negative, then if I increase the temperature, this negative value will increase, the magnitude of negative value will increase, and that is why this will be negative at high temperature. That is why this will be spontaneous at high temperature. And here we will be having, let us say, positive and positive, and delta G will be positive only at low temperature, at high temperature, at low temperature. So I will say this will be what? Non-spontaneous, non-spawn at low temperature. Okay. We can also say the opposite thing, that is spontaneous at high temperature. Write this down. Let me know if you're done. You have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cases. Please tell me if I have to explain any one of the cases while you are writing. Okay. Write this down. Let me know if you're done.
Following.
All of you are done. Let me know, please. Okay, only Reba is done. Atif, Abhinav, Muhammad Umar, Rihab, Surat. What happened, guys? Okay. Come back quickly. Okay, Rihab. Okay, Surat is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can lower your hands now. Try this. You can think for this example mathematically also. You can also think in terms of thermodynamics also. Okay. I will tell you, explain this in both of the terms. How many of you have maths here? Can you raise your hand? How many of you here maths? No one has maths? Okay. Atif, you have maths, okay. Atif, can you please turn the mic on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a straight line, right?
Yes, sir.
What type of graph is this? What will be the equation?
Sir, x equal to y.
X equal to y. X equal to y. नहीं आपका straight line सही नहीं है आपका. You have not learned that chapter. Are you done with that chapter?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what are different ways in which you can show a line, a straight line? There are many formulas, na? There are many equations for a straight line. There is a complete
sir.
chapter. I hope there is a complete chapter, na? Straight line.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what form is this? You guys should learn, start learning, huh? Maths. This is.
Sir, ax plus by equal to c.
Sorry, can you please repeat that?
Ax plus by equal to c.
Ax plus.
No, ax equal to c. Ax equal to c.
Ax is equal to c.
Yes, sir.
What is a here and what is c here? Why is there no y? Why nahi hai? That means it is a constant. What does it mean? What is a? What is c? X I know. Anyone here can identify. It is obviously not a mathematical question. You can solve this even without mathematics. That is for sure. But those who have math, I want them to have some kind of mathematical insight about any graphs. Achha, no one. Fine. But I need some answer, guys. You can't be just saying nothing. Please work around this. See what is given and what is not given. How? Don't go here, first of all. Don't go this side. ये पढ़िए आप, इसको समझने की कोशिश कीजिए. What is happening? We have just done some high temperature, low temperature things. Okay. Okay. So also one more question. Can you please, all of you, can you please turn the mic on? Those who turn their mic on. I don't want one to answer. I want all of you to
Yes,
answer.
sir.
Atif. Okay, fine. Atif. Reba. No one else?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So tell me, this 0 is 0 Kelvin. This 0 is 0 Kelvin.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Reba. Reba,
Yes, sir.
this 0 is 0 Kelvin.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. What is that 0 then?
30.
Okay, fine. Oh, okay. Go on. Think in terms of negative delta G, positive delta G, high temperature, low temperature. Think on these terms. Okay, we have only two things here. We have the delta G and we have the temperature. Delta G is equal to is the Y, the temperature is the X. Think on those terms only. What will be high, what will be low, and then use the above table that we have made to tell me whether the delta H will be greater than 0 or less than 0. Delta S will be greater than 0, less than 0, and so on. Essentially speaking, you know what? This is a 15 to 30-second question. Atif, you don't know what is the answer, or you are not able to approach this question? Tell me, Atif.
No, sir, I'm thinking so.
Okay, Reba,
Yes, sir.
thinking. Yes sir, yeah, attendance ले रहे हैं क्या हम? Yes
Thinking,
sir,
sir,
आप भाई.
thinking, sir.
Thank you. Abhinav. Abhinav. Surat.
Sir, thinking.
Thinking. Tell me your thoughts. What are you thinking? खाना खा लिया आपने? सूरत,
No, sir.
वही सोच रही हैं क्या आप? क्या मिलेगा आज?
No, sir.
हाँ? What are you thinking? You guys are not thinking. आप लोगों को लग रहा है वही उतरेगी आप पे? हाँ? आकाशवाणी होगी क्या? What are you thinking? कहीं से कुछ क्लिक कर जाए ऐसे ही? Tell me a process. How do you see a graph? Tell me your thoughts, Reba. How did you conclude? How did you came to that answer?
Somehow, sir.
Somehow? Huh? Did you say somehow, Reba? Yes, Reba.
Yes, sir.
फील आ रहा था क्या आपको? Like this. ऐसा लग रहा है सर, ये ऐसे ही लग रहा था मुझे. हाँ?
Yes.
अच्छा, I mean you don't have any explanation for that, right?
No explanation, sir.
No explanation. Okay, fine. अच्छा, can you identify this type of slope, a straight line?
Yes.
What is the equation for this type of straight line? A general equation for this type of straight line. Do you know that or no? You don't know that.
No, sir. I don't know that.
You don't know that. Okay, fine. Okay. Atif, can you tell me how? Why? Atif, can you tell me how or why?
I'm not very sure, sir. I consider the G is positive.
What did you conclude?
Delta G is positive.
Why? Where is it written delta G is positive?
It's in the graph it's shown, right?
What? Delta G is positive?
It's above 0.
It is above, it's never below 0? Is it below 0 sometimes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, sometimes it's negative.
Okay, fine. So why did you say it is positive? Yes, सूरत क्या सोच रही हैं आप? कुछ नहीं सोच रही? Yes, सूरत. You guys are not thinking properly. You guys are not thinking properly. Please turn your mic on. Please turn your mic on, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, bhai. I mean, I am feeling so ashamed. तीन लोगों ने जवाब दिया है, and all of you have given the wrong answers. None of you gave the right answer. Why? Oh, I don't know what you guys are thinking. Surat, please turn your mic on. Abhinav, turn your mic on. Muhammad Umar, Umar Abdullah, Rihab, all of you, please, okay? And understand this question: how you deal with graphs. Now, whenever graphs come, आप लोगों का दिमाग आराम से. Atif, पहले आप बताइए, like, what do you see in this graph? What is happening? What they are trying to say? Now, please remember, graph, this pictures, this, whenever you have pictures, we say now a picture can tell 1,000 words. So it's not one thing that is happening. There are many things you can say about this. Please tell me, what do you think in this graph? What is happening?
They're showing the relation between delta G and temperature.
Okay, fine, go on. Keep moving. Also, one more thing. How do you see a graph? You see a graph like this? Or you see a graph like this? Tell me first that. How do you see? From
We can see it in both ways.
nahin. Y is equal to fx. Right? There is a reason why the graphs are drawn like this, okay? Why the y-axis? How do we choose? Yani ki we can choose the temperature as the y-axis and the delta G as the x-axis also. Both are same. Atif,
I think
tell
so.
me. You think so? No, that is not the case. You have seen this. Y is equal to fx. Yes or no? All of you tell me. Y is a function of x. Those who have mathematics, they obviously have seen this. Yes, Muhammad. Yes, Reba. Have you seen this? Y is equal to fx anywhere?
No, sir.
No, you have not seen. Okay, fine. So see, whenever we say y is equal to fx, it means that y is the function of x. What does that mean? If we change x, there is a change in y, not the other way around. Not the other way around. Okay, this is very important. Not if we change the y, doesn't mean that there will be a change in x. No, it doesn't happen like. Y is a function of x. What does that mean? It means that if I am going to change x, that means I have control over the x. I don't have control over the y. Okay, it may be that in some cases you will see that यहाँ तो y change हो रहा तो x भी तो change हो जा रहा है. Yeah, obviously it is happening, but in reality we can never change the y. Okay, in practicality we can never change the y in experiments, whatever we do in the real life. Mathematically आप तो copy में कुछ भी लिख दीजिए. That's okay, but I'm talking about in terms of real life. What happens? We can only change the x, and if we change the x, we see that there is some change in y. So we say that y is a function of x. Now in this graph, can you see that temperature is given as x because we can control the temperature, isn't it? Yes or no? Atif, Reba, Suraj, what happened? Can we control the temperature? Yes or no? Tell me. We can,
Yes,
na?
sir. Yes, sir.
Can we control the delta G?
No, sir.
Is there any instrument that we can say and then yeah, delta G ko बढ़ा दो, delta G ko kam kar do? No, we can heat something and the temperature can change. We can cool something and the temperature can change. That is why when we have control over something, we put that thing in x. Okay, now you proceed on. You will never see. Now, if there is a good graph, I mean, obviously graph आप लोगों को पता नहीं क्या मिल जाए. So I'm saying that if you see any graph, now you try to think in these terms. Okay, what things can you control? Fine. Now, I'm removing this parts. We have only one way of looking at a graph. That is, if I go from left to right, then what is happening? If I go from left to right, then the temperature is increasing, right? What is happening to the delta G as the temperature increases? What is happening to delta G? If we are increasing the temperature, then the delta G is increasing or decreasing? The delta G is increasing or decreasing, guys? Atif, what happens? I have to take names again and again. Don't know, Atif, what is happening to delta G if the temperature is increasing? Can you please have the least courtesy to keep your mics on, guys? Fine. Atif, you don't understand this, or you are not present, or you're not, am I not audible to you? Abhinav, Surat. Surat, can you turn the mic on? Yes, Surat. No response. Abhinav,
Yes, sir.
so why is your not mic on? Why is your mic not on? If you can turn the mic on. Yeah. So what is happening if I increase the temperature? The delta G is increasing or decreasing? Answer me, guys. If I increase the temperature, the delta G is increasing, decreasing, don't know, can't say.
Decreasing, sir.
According to yes, Reba, can you repeat that? I could not hear that.
Decreasing, sir.
Okay, you are saying that if I'm increasing the temperature,
Yes, sir.
delta G is
Decreasing.
decreasing. Where is the temperature higher, at point A or point B? Where is the delta G higher, at point A or point B? Reba? Yes, Reba, can you repeat that? I could not hear that.
B, sir.
So tell me, if I increase the temperature, the delta G is increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
You guys have problems in graph. Physics में graph नहीं आ रहा है बहुत ज़्यादा आप लोगों को. You have not done graphs in physics? Reba?
Not many, sir.
Not many. Okay, fine. I understand. Then I will try to include questions from the graph. Okay. You know that if the temperature is increasing, the delta G is increasing, right? Delta G is increasing. This is what we know from the graph. This is the only thing that we know from the graph. Now from here you can apply thermodynamics. Okay, from here you can apply thermodynamics. If you have some knowledge about thermodynamics, I have some knowledge about thermodynamics. That means I can say that the process above here, it will be non-spontaneous because delta G is positive, and the process here, it will be spontaneous. Now I can also see that this area where the process is not spontaneous, right? This is the area where the process is non-spontaneous, and this is the area where the process is spontaneous. This is the area where the process is spontaneous. Okay. Now you tell me, the process is spontaneous at higher temperature or lower temperature. Tell me. We can arrange this part now. We have divided this into two parts. Non-spontaneous part, this is the yellow. Spontaneous part, which is in green or blue. I don't know whether. Wait a second. Let me just exit my flux. Yeah, right. So yellow and green. Now you tell me. So here we have high temperature. Here we have low temperature. Yes or no? Any problem?
Yes,
No problem till here?
No problem, sir.
No problem. Now you tell me. There is a case in the table. There is a case in the table where you will be having spontaneous process at low temperature. There's a case. You will have to just look at one process where it is spontaneous at low temperature. What is the process? What are the value of delta H? We'll be seeing that there is a value of delta H and delta S.
Both are negative, sir.
Spontaneous at low temperature, both are negative. Answer will be second option, yes or no? Okay, now see, those who have mathematics, they will have some kind of edge. Now, it was a real shame if you have mathematics and you can't solve this, because I mean, you did not need even slightest bit of thermodynamics to solve this question, because we have the equation, it is given, it is delta G naught is equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught. We can say that this is y is equal to mx. What is x? The T is x, and that is why delta S will be mx plus c. Okay, plus c. Now x, this is the y is equal to mx plus c. What is y? Y is delta G. What is m? M is delta S naught. What is x? X is temperature. What is c? C is delta H naught. Right now, Atif, you know this, yes or no? Y is equal to mx plus c. Ariba, you know this? Reba, you know this equation, y is equal to mx plus c?
No, sir.
No? Physics में नहीं पढ़ाया आप लोगों को क्या? Y is equal to mx plus c? Delta G naught. Okay. Now, you tell me here, Atif, C is the intercept, na? Atif,
Yes, sir.
C is intercept. Tell me, looking at this graph, it is positive or negative? C is intercept is positive or negative?
It's positive, sir.
What is C intercept? What is intercept? Can you tell me that?
So where it intersects the x-axis or y-axis.
So, yes, Reba.
You didn't take the Viva.
हाँ, ठीक है, I will take the one. Okay. Yes, Atif. X-axis or y-axis?
Yes, sir.
So where it is intersecting? Where it is intersecting? Is it intersecting the x-axis anywhere? Is
No,
it
sir.
intersect? So
No.
आप कहाँ देख रहे हैं? Where is your mind, Atif? This is negative, right? This is negative. Now tell me about the delta. I mean, yes. What is m? Delta S naught. The slope is positive or negative? Guys. Wait a second. This is minus t delta S naught, so this will be minus delta S naught. So minus delta S naught. And you can see that. What this slope is what? This slope is positive. Okay, the sine theta and the cos theta both are positive here. That is why the tan theta will be positive here. And if this slope is positive, that means minus of delta S, this is positive, which is equal to negative of delta S. Now this delta S should be negative, then only it will be positive. That is why both of these terms are less than 0. Okay, fine, no problem. You understood this question by both of the ways. Now in this part, you never needed anything from this table because you know some kind of mathematics. That is why if you apply mathematics, you will have edge on chemistry and physics, both of these subjects. Okay, chemistry and physics, both of these. More on physics by the way. So let me stop sharing this.